Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the moment you have all been waiting for. Introducing light heavyweight, middle heavyweight, heavyweight champion of the world. Me, the the ball, the ball has commenced its war, and I am coming for all of it.
So welcome back to the channel. Today is basically going to be talking about the structure of my 12-week bulk. I am starting a 12-week bulk. In my previous years, I have never done a 12-week bulk. It's usually 5 months, or just kind of go by the eye. If you're big enough, if you look good, great. Let's start cutting down. So this time around, I've structured it in a way that it's 12 week, so we don't waste time at all. Every minute, every second is going to be accounted for, documented, and kept in record for educational purposes. So I structured it to basically start at February 12th, but given that I'm back home now and things that I had to take care of in Michigan have been taken care of. So I've started my bulk today. Yep. I've started my bulk. I did all my grocery shopping yesterday. Got all the essentials and everything that I need. So today I just want to take you guys through what we're doing. Okay. So my goal here is basically to increase body mass, maximize performance in the gym, of course, and this is going to be controlled. Okay, I'm not just eating whatever just to put on. It's no dirty bulking here. Okay, we are approaching it in a very consistent and careful manner. Everything has been measured and calculated based on height, age, and body weight. Okay, and given my previous history of competing and putting on muscle, losing weight, injuries that I have recovered from, and other minor complications with my gut, which I've taken care of as well. So this plan is specifically structured for me. I don't recommend you to go ahead and start using it, but you can use it as a compass. Not that it's bad, but you might not benefit the same results from it that I will. So if you need help or you are seeking for assistance, feel free to inbox me or engage, and I'll be more than happy to give you information. Okay. All right. My training structure, I have my split. Mondays is basically leg. Leg is broken down to two sides, two parts. Excuse me. Monday we have quad dominant. Thursdays we have glutes, hammies, and calf. I'm also going to hit calves on Mondays as well. I usually start my leg session with a calf raise since calf has been always my weakness, but I've built them over the years and I like to continue to do so. Tuesdays are push days, Wednesdays are recovery, Thursdays is force legs, and then you have your Friday, which is pull day. Saturdays, Sundays is rest days and family time. Also on Wednesday is also recovery time for me. Now I'm training 4 times a week and I'm resting I'm training 4 days a week, and I'm resting 3 days. Okay, so Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday is rest days and family time. Nutrition strategy. This bulk begins at a structured intake of 3,400 calories per day, uh, with micronutrients aligned to support performance and digestion with recovery. Okay. The daily target starting phase is basically 200 grams of protein, and carbohydrates is, let me see here. Okay, I'm between 400 to 420 grams, and then my fats at 75 grams. Okay. My calories would definitely increase gradually through the bulk. Uh, not all at once, please. This is important too, because a lot of guys, when it comes to bulking, they like to just jump the gun, and you want to gradually grow into this, because 3,500, I believe that's where my starting point is. Let me just double check that. Yeah, 3,400 calories is not a small amount of calories. Okay, it's a lot, especially when you're eating clean. Now, when you're eating junk food, you can just wipe that off the floor. You can wipe it on the floor like it's nothing. 3,400 calories is nothing when you're eating junk food. But when you're eating clean, it's a lot of food. So we're gradually going to grow into this. Okay. Our starting point for this week and next week is 3,400 calories. Okay. Protein is 200 grams. Um, um, and the protein would go up to 240, and that's where I'm going to stop at. Okay, actually, you know what, wait a minute, let me look at my notes here. So not 200, it's 240. That's where my protein is, and my carbohydrates is between 400 to 450, and my fats are 75 to 80. That's where my fat's going to be. And I think the highest I might push that to 90, because and I'll tell you why. Fats are actually very important. You do not want to eliminate fats when you are bulking, and even when you're leaning out. That's very important. We need fat. Okay, you're gonna end up with some problems if you don't include fats in your meals. Okay, so we're looking at week 1 to week 3, 3,400 calories. And then week 4 to week 6, we're adding 150 to 200 calories, which is going to put us about 3,550 to 3,600 calories. Okay. And then we have week 7 to 9, we're adding another 150 to 200 calories, which would put us right at 3,750 to 3,800 calories. And then you have your week 10 and 12. And these are like your way high advanced bulk range, where the food that you're consuming, you will feel it in your body, you'll feel it in everything feels it. Like, you'll feel sluggish, you'll feel tired, your stomach is overworking. Now, this is where it's important that your day-to-day walks, like your 10-minute walk between meals, is very important to help with digestion, your digestive enzymes, your probiotics, your vegetables, your morning routines. It's very important that you stay on top of that. I stay on top of this. Okay. So you have your week 10 and 12, which is an additional of, we have adjusted to 3,800 to 3,900 calories, depending on weekly weight changes and training output. So this is the intense and the top of the line bulk season for me, and I have to make sure that my surrounding and my notes and the data that I'm collecting, because I'm doing check-ins every week. I'm doing check-ins and I'm writing data, how I feel, what's my blood pressure, what's my glucose, what's my weight, what are my measurements, my waist measurements. You want to make sure as you're bulking, the waist is not getting fluffy. It's tight. It stays tight, because once it starts getting fluffy, that means you are accumulating unnecessary fat, and it's just not a good look for what I'm trying to achieve. Okay, so this last 2 weeks, 3 weeks is coming down to all of this will depend on how I look, what's my weight, and how I feel. And then we'll push to that 38 to 39 calories, 3,900, 3,800 to 3,900 calories. And we'll run that for 2 weeks. And yep. So, weekly training, how we're going to how we're going to basically track all of this is very simple. Scales is very important especially for me. I know a lot of the bodybuilding or fitness guys out there says, don't pay attention to the scale, which is okay. You do need different tools to measure progress, and the scale is one of them. It's not end all be all. So when you're trying to lose weight, it's important that you do not get stuck up on weight, the scale, excuse me, because it can be discouraging. Throughout the day, your weight fluctuates, and every other day it fluctuates, in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, at nighttime. So if you're going to keep your eyes fixated on that scale, you will be discouraged. So I advise that you get a measuring tape, you do pictures, and you check your BMI by the scan. You can there are more advanced ones that you can do. They're slightly expensive, but they're cheaper ones. If you go to Gold's Gym or LA Fitness, you can tell them, hey, I want to check my BMI. Can you bring one of those scans? And we can pay them maybe about $10 or $25, and you can get a whole list of everything. Now, is it accurate? It's debatable. Of course, you're not going to get 100% accuracy on everything, but it's pretty close. Also, you can invest in a scale that can do that for you. Actually, you can step on it in the morning, you program it, you step on it, it gives you everything. For me, I'll be using all three. I'll be using the scale, I'll be using the measuring tape, I'll be using pictures, I'll be using how I feel, and based on the data that I'm collecting. My meals are fully structured. Weigh in grams, and I'll be repeating this daily. There's no guesswork, no random eating. Full recovery, of course, is going to be a priority. And my food source includes lean meat, rice, potatoes, cream of rice, vegetables, whole egg, almond butter, and control shakes. I'm not just downing any shake. I have a specific type of shake, and I'm making sure they're weight and with I think it's 50 grams of shake protein powder and about 8 to 10 ounces of fluid, water, no milk. So the goal is to control the variables, so that I can be accurate on everything, measurements, sleep, all of it has to be on point. For the 12 weeks of this bulk, I'm going to be increasing in strength by focusing on compound movements, improving volume tolerance. So every week, every day, I'm going to try to climb up on weight. so that we can add lean muscle tissues over the weeks. Making sure that my sleep is a priority, my recovery is a priority, my digestion is a priority, and overall performance and well-being is a priority. Um, what to expect basically in this series, because it's a series. Throughout these 12 weeks, I'll be sharing weekly updates on the body, on the bodybuilding journey, and of course the weight that I'll be adding on, the muscle tissues that I'll be adding on, strength, progressions on physiques. Basically, I'll be doing weekly check-ins, so you get to see how the physique is looking as well, and the micro adjustments. I'll be adjusting macros as we go. My goal is to give you structured look into what discipline lean bulk actually looks like. Okay. If you want to learn how to bulk in the right way, with consistency, and intention, this is a series whereby I'll walk you through everything step by step on how to achieve that. Okay. So if you have any questions, you want to learn more about this plan, or you need help with your own plan, of course, let me know in the comment section. You can also let me know what you're doing, if you're bulking or you're leaning out. But thank you for watching, and let's begin the 12-week bulk. Thank you, guys.